Fucking love you, bro.
Woo! 4, baby! 4!
How are you, bro? You good?
Let's go!
Yeah, man. Good conversation. She's a lovely lady. Yeah. She's awesome.
We were just going so hot, Smudge. We got to bring MAGA back, and we're going one more time. 4 times, and we're done.
These are gonna get uploaded. These are gonna get uploaded to my my podcast page. So we'll put these on my internet my YouTube page. So
yeah, for sure.
if anyone put it on a tag if you can, and get people who might want to watch it and share it, because I think this is good. This is good conversation for people to understand and understand what the fuck is going on, and how they took our souls contractually, but not legally, or even universally. I don't think it was I think it was a law of the universe that they've kind of got past. They've done it with the land, the law of the Lord of the nature, the law, the land, air, and water. They've used the water law to take our decide to sell the soul because we ain't got a conscience anymore. Does that make sense? Like they've used the nature's law. The fucking man, we're still talking, right? So let me explain this how I see it, right?
Yeah, I'm here.
For some reason, this is how I see it, feel it, think it. So the nature's law is the land, air, and water. And what is that? Well, that's solid, liquid, gas, and solid, liquid, gas is the trinity of three, like the time, matter, space. If that's the case, then they've used one of them laws, one of them trinities to hijack us, because our body's the physical, our water's the conscious, and then the air is the spiritual, our spirit. So they've used our spirit, they've used our conscious spirit to take away. Sorry, no, not the conscious. Not the spirit. They've used the spirit with music and such to hijack us, but they've used the water law to take away our conscious knowing, not to accept the devil's fucking money, to take his deal, and in doing that, they've used the law, the maritime law. They've hijacked our waters, so they could hijack our vessel, so they could take our soul, our light, our heart. And when you look at heart, we are the he man. We are the he that is the man, but they're trying to make the robot, and therefore they're trying to take the he out of the man. And who is he? Well, he is God. He is the Almighty.
Yeah, and that's the transhumanism stuff too, because they're replacing God with the machine, which is like you're saying, everything's being run by an AI right now.
Everything,
yeah. Well, it's transhumanism, but you see, this was always going to happen because there's been an evolution of things, hasn't there? Even though there's been a devolution, there's been an evolution, and they say evolution is actually it's not real, it's not natural, because evil is love backwards, evolution, and therefore they give us an ideology of things that don't happen. We are here doing what we're doing. They've de-evolved us, so to speak, which is also another. I don't like using that word. So
you just that's de-evolved us or mixed us is the Genesis gene ISIS. What I was saying before we got cut off is the origin of us, right? Of our origin, and the book of Enoch, and Mary Magdalene and Gabriel, and the angel Gabriel coming to Mary to tell her she's going to have immaculate conception. Read the subtext of coming to Mary. The angel comes to Mary. So angel and alien's the same etymology. So if you understand that, and how the book of Enoch was removed from the Bible, and the fire language, and John Dee, and the connections to the CIA, and the alien angel origin, then you understand that in Egypt and Isis, the origin of the like these fertility, the origin of mixing without the male, basically. It's life without the male, from the menses. And it's also symbolic of Mary Magdalene. The true Trinity, the occulted Trinity, is Mary Magdalene, because she is the ark, and she is life without the male, and she was able to be used as a great host for many used in the pro-life manner, like the flower of life, creation. Okay, the seed is the tree, which means that we're fractal and like Russian dolls can keep going and
Yeah,
creating.
yeah.
Now that's just like
Said
the
this clear.
just like the Taurus field, right?
All right.
But
Yeah,
the thing is that the reverse of that is
You guys there?
9-3, which is control. It's mind over matter, power over the people. You'll see that number symbolism over the dollar bill with the eye levitating
yeah,
over the capstone. It's the same numerology, and it's the reverse of my name and birthday. And it's weird because seeing it and really them glorifying it, what they're doing is they're glorifying transhumanism and mixing and pharmakia, which is my name in the negative aspect. So, or not negative because it's a duality. If you understand that Maga is both a witch or it could be a magician or a shaman. It could be your body and
yeah,
your mind's spirit connection and your magnetism, or it could be mind control and the church and what you believe. It could be a doctor, a teacher.
where,
Basically, it's like you and the one above
yeah,
you and what you believe in. And so it's also a principle that you can embody, but it's something you are. So we are from source, but we are also naturally sorceresses and like a male is a mago, a female would be maga.
image,
This is Spanish and Italian, and in other languages it's slightly similar. Like in Hungarian, maga is both you and the one above you, like a hierarchical term. That could be like your maker, your mother, your immune system, but
yeah, yeah,
it's a oneness and connectedness with all things. So when the Genesis is one reference of early tampering, and another is Enlil and Enki, where that's like kind of the gene splicing origin. You have like them, fooling around and mixing us. But then
yeah,
again, so like Mary Magdalene it ties to magnetism in the blood, which is what Maga is, because Maga is just female magnetism. Mago would
yeah,
be,
yeah, Magnus,
masculine. Yeah, exactly. So you understand. So the Templars, and so the Masons, like they have the G logo. They love that, and that's the
yeah,
Genesis
7,
principle. Yeah, and that's what my name is, the Genesis principle. So the spiral of life is also synonymous with the name, but it's also the early Templars that went to get Mary, the Ark, and bring her back or whatever. It's the same. They're culting like the Black Madonna, for example, and the Black Isis is all the same. It's Jean Isis, it's
but,
Black Madonna, it's the same creation from the void of the goddess.
right, so you chose your name before you come here, and therefore that's why you speak like you're speaking now, because that's your name, that's who you become. You become the vibration that you accept, because that becomes
Yeah,
your
that's
ego.
trippy. I'd love to hear
Yeah.
more about that from you because I don't know
So
many people that know about that, but I do think I picked my parents and all of that. I had a
I'll,
very unusual life.
on my
Very
name,
unusual.
I've got a really specific name. I've had a very unusual life, so we'll speak about this later on. But
Okay, all right. Thank
but
you. I
but but
appreciate that.
now listen, we've all had a hard path and we've had to have it because if we won't be strong enough for now. So I mean, I've got seven names that tie to my name, to my body, to my ego. But you see, what you're on about is everything as it's meant to be. So if I come to you right now with some paint in my hand, and I put it in your hand, and as I put it in your hand, I say, like, throw that paint to the floor, and when it lands, it's going to make a pattern. But
Hmm.
when was that pattern created? When did it start? Where's that pattern's origins from? You'll go. When did it
All
start?
right.
When?
I would say that doing art, especially to music while Jack's playing music, which I did when we met, was like very fun because I was playing with a lot of new watercolors and translucent watercolors with lots of interference, which means I would let the paints kind of interact and I would try not to touch it that much and just photograph it to the music because it would change as it was drying and as it
Yeah.
was moving to the music, which is trippy to me. Because I think
Right.
different
Okay.
music picks up different energy in the paint. You know what I'm saying?
Now I'll throw it a bit deeper then. Now,
Well, a
as you
bit
throw
to
the
wait before you say this, Julie is in the room and she knows that when we were on the phone and I was doing her number symbolism for her birthday, I spilled water on a notebook and I told her that her name came out to magic, an entity like my name symbolism, which was really cool. And then I said, you know what, Julie, there's when I spilled that, there's a visual on the page that you need to see. I photographed it for her and I haven't showed her yet, but it's exactly what you're saying, because this thing appeared on the page, and it was where I wrote magic and entity on the paper. It was right there. So it was really trippy. I'll show you. And it's not a devious looking thing. It's
No,
just a
no,
sprite. It looks almost like a sprite, a playful sprite, like fairy of some sort. Like it's
you
interesting.
have to send it. You have to send it
I
on a
promise I
message.
will. If you DM me, I promise I'll show you and
Oh,
Julie and Jack, because I want to. Yeah, Julie, I remembered and I forgot to show you because I go so fast, and I'm sorry. Slow me down anytime,
you're
but I'm
like me. You're like me. So,
I'm
so
sorry. I didn't
this,
mean to cut you
this,
off.
it's all right. It's all right. So this paint, when you put it in someone's hand and they throw it, it all depends on many things. First of all, where did I get the paint from? What paint was it? And the paint also carries a vibration, as you said. So how you throw the paint, the wind, the atmosphere, the pressure, where you stood, how you stood, all change the paint and how it lands. But then, was it when I grabbed the paint? Was it when I got the paint from the person who got the paint and purchased it? Was it when the guy who made the paint? Or was it when the guy whose mum and dad made the man who made the paint? Because this series of events always was meant to happen, because all the energies that was ever going to do the energy shift and move around, and energy in motion, and throw that arm around and make that bat of a butterfly's wing, as we are doing, created
Yeah.
that instant, that moment, that paint pattern was created. Well, when the bang happened, when the word of God was created, and the word of God created the bang, and the bang was a noise, and this noise, it got shot out into this infinite amount of universes, and it created this infinite amount of vibrations on different amount of spectrums, and it keeps fracturing, and as it fractures, it changes, and it creates more individual frequencies, which create individual light fractals
And
and
timelines. Yeah, everyone has
timeline.
their own timeline. Yep,
So this
for sure.
this thing is, if everything is sound, which is energy, frequency, vibration, if everything is what you're saying, magnetism, which it is magnetism, we're all buoyant on a buoyant plane. That's why we're the fifth element. We're in the middle of it all. We're in Middle Earth, and
The
that's
fifth
why.
element is associated with my name too. The ether, the
Yeah,
pentagram, the Ethernet, Wi-Fi. It's all connected. Yeah. The Magician
yeah,
tarot card has
water, the
the
wind, fire.
infinity symbol over the head of the Magi. Absolutely.
So there we go.
It's
We are
ethos
all on it.
manipulation, what we're dealing with
Yeah.
now. You know, they
I
shut off the internet in Iran.
Did they
believe we
really?
on
That's
it.
an
Yeah.
example of what I'm talking about.
Oh.
Yeah, it's ethos tampering. Here's another example of the magnetism poisoning. Have you seen the compilations of the people with the kill switch activated where they all spiral to the right and fall down?
No.
Okay, Julie, we need to share that with Jack and them. Remind me, please, because
Smudge Jardine.
what it is a reaction probably to their environment. We're in these controlled environments. To me, that's what the theme is they all look like they're either at businesses where they could be in a controlled environment and they could
Yeah.
be activated, especially if they've had like a jab or
Yeah.
something, but
Yeah.
they don't, none of them look like they're in like their home environment and this is happening. You see what I'm saying? And then it happened to Wendy Williams on stage and it happened to Katy Perry on stage. So there you go. There's a pattern. It's all in controlled environments, if you ask me.
Yeah, it's within their the blanket 5Gs and such, where they can just switch up the frequency and change what they want to change within the body.
Edward, if you want to
Yeah,
come up
I
and
guess it
talk
matters
with us, you
how much
can.
metal you got in your body and how many like receptors you got going on. That probably makes a difference.
Yeah, man.
Oh,
But
definitely,
I mean, I
because
don't
our
know. I mean,
DNA, no, you're right.
go
Our
ahead.
DNA writes our experiences. So some people have broader waves that don't pick up as much details. People like me have shorter waves and they pick up a lot of detail. I'm super empathic and I'm super overly connected sometimes, so I have to be careful. But your
Yeah,
DNA writes your experiences. So if someone tells you, "Hey, you're immature," or "Hey, I can't relate to you," then you know, "Hey, you're just you're a different wavelength." And they might say it's you, but you know it's just different experiences you've had, different frequency you resonate with. And I was recently dealing with this situation where someone was trying to put me down and say, "Hey, you're immature," and "Hey, you're this and you're that." And I was like, well, I could say you're immature for saying that, But instead, I sent him quotes on how the underlining current of the universe and God's personality is playful and childlike, and you have to be like a child to be entered into the kingdom of God. So, you know, he didn't like that very much. But my point was that friction, if we're fractal and you have friction and you can't relate, then we're different by a different degree, and that's fine. You don't need to relate to me. But it doesn't make your version of me me. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's opinion at that point. That becomes that's opinion. So it was like I was trying to help this person separate opinion from fact and from throwing things out there like insults as if that's cool, because that's not cool. You know, my version of reality, I don't have to have you agree with me to say it exists. It just exists. And you know, I don't need to put other people down either.
That's why I have a phrase I say, belief's a doubt and knowing's a fact. You know, you've got your own knowings, and if you believe it's a fact, and you
saying. Hold on. Belief's a doubt, knowing's is a doubt. Yeah, that's
everyone's
great.
got a belief.
Oh my God, I love that.
You know,
is that something you came up with? Or are you quoting someone?
I can't remember reading it, and I don't very much.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Fact,
well,
I don't really read it.
I'll tag you when I post that, okay? I really love it. Thank you.
You will. I've got quite a lot of sayings I just can't think about one. But you like them, I reckon. You'll be good.
This is Thumper, you guys.
Hi, Thumper.
What's up? How y'all doing?
And MAGA.
It's actually MAGA, but...
MAGA. Sorry, MAGA.
Yeah, because if you say MAGA, people are going to think it's all Trumpy.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, we don't need that bullshit, do we?
I mean, it's linked to the Church of Satan, and that's why I do the project I do for many years.
I hear you.
Exposing the ties.
I don't like Donald Trump either.
I've got a lot to say about Donald Trump. If you want me to speak, I do believe he's a massive part of this. I mean, huge, in fact. Huge.
They're using this. It's the same thing that they used, Bolshevik Jews used in Russia to take over Russia. It's the same exact game plan that China did. Yeah. Exactly the same thing that Nazi Germany did. And now they're doing it to the whole entire world, Operation Trust.
Yeah, well, I think he let Biden in for a reason, so you could beg for him back.
Biding time. Biding time. That's
Biding time.
Yeah.
Biden time.
Yeah, when he got elected, I was like, Biden time to get out of California. Perfect.
So, where are you from then, Marga?
I'm from San Francisco, California. My parents are not American, and there's a lot of different cultures in my family and languages. So I never really felt fully American. People always had issues pronouncing my name, and they always thought I spoke another language, and I didn't. I was always trying to get everyone in my family to, speak English or make sense in English. But then I learned to be appreciative of never fitting in and always being uncomfortable and standing out, because I realized it was kind of for a reason. Like, I think my name being used publicly was for a reason. There was a reason. It took someone like me that was willing to use myself as a public example and put my own family trauma on blast to basically help other people,
Yeah,
which is what I did.
Going through it.
Everyone's going through it. Yeah, everyone is. And I was warning people years before the lockdown. Years. I was warning people.
I only woke up in 2021.
Good for you, Thumper. Oh, 2021. That's recent. Wow, you seem so woke. Well, I hate to use that word, but you seem really aware. Yeah.
But, so I believe that we are the actors now, not the agents. We are now the actors. We are now creating as we go along.
We're the sheep herders?
Yeah, with the lions, the black sheep that got kicked to the gut. So
we're leading the sheep.
That we are the black.
Hey, sometimes we gotta tell the sheep what to do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
you guys, later I'll take a photo with my sheep ears hat, because I wear it a lot, and actually I'm surprised I haven't worn it on lives. It's probably because I get really hot in it, but everyone likes it, and it's funny because I started wearing it in public kind of because I was uncomfortable around sheep, And I realized that everyone loved the ears, right? So much that it had this like effect where it was like, okay, I actually feel like I can deal with society if I wear this hat. It's kind of like Mater. It's like when you wear Mater, everyone responds differently because they're just like, they just love Mater. So it's like whether someone's a sheep or not a sheep, when they see the ears, I feel like the ears have a certain effect, you know, especially
Yeah,
on children.
it's also the thing, like, it's like, why was I serious when I could have been silly? You know what I'm saying?
That's
Because
how
it's
I feel now. Yes, you got it. That's 100% what I mean. Is like I can't go outside dressed normally. I wear like a vintage polka dotted muumuu from the 40s on over jeans and my Jordans and abalone purple Jordans and my these silly ears, and I feel way more comfortable just like, like I cannot deal with being around people, so I'm just like I need to have like a silly outfit to feel better. It just makes me feel better. Yeah,
I
I'm
just wear
weird.
funky. I'm the wearer of funky shorts, man. I've always got some weird funky shorts on. I go and find them everywhere, and yeah, man. Boxing trip in like
Did you
weird
say
funky
shorts?
Bermuda shorts and
Or
whatnot. It's quite fun.
oh, shorts. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Where's
No, not
Hey,
shirts. I don't
Thumper? Where are you
shirts.
from? Are you from
Kansas. It says people
Kansas?
should not be afraid of their governments. The government should
Right.
be afraid of their
Good
that's
one.
what it's supposed to be. I mean, we're supposed to be
people.
the ones that are controlling the government, not the other way around.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
You
supposed to
know,
be for the people. Absolutely. That's kind of how my project created
The thing
itself. I
is,
was
if people
really
research,
stealing energy from people when
people
they're the
research the
currency.
language they're speaking. If people research the language they're speaking, then they'd realise that government means mind control, and it'd be as simple as knowing that doesn't need to be happening. Because we've all been
Yep.
undermined, and we've all been, and now we're being mined of our mind, our diamond, and the mond is the
The book.
mind, which is the Monday, the first day of our mind. Pardon? Keeps going off. She there?
Hey, has anything happened today? Anything of importance?
I
Yeah,
think
man.
I think the world ended, and we just don't know it yet. We're just
Oh
like
yeah,
in
yeah,
the
yeah. That other
script.
Matrix.
That's
Yeah,
already
yeah.
happened,
We're in the
man.
other.
We
That
just
happened
like
already,
flipped the
man.
script.
The Mayan calendar. It's been proven, that the clocks fucked around and did all sorts of madness, and that they're actually living in 2014. Apparently, that's what happened at the end of the Mayan calendar. The
You
world
might
ended.
just have to invite her back.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'll
she's not
allow
here.
her.
Look at the word
Just
calendar.
had a bad connection.
Cal means caliber, and caliber is the
Okay.
mold, and the mold is the mold of man. And you've got ender, ender, to end the mold of man, or to end the caliber of whoever's the mold now. So each calendar ends that mold, and we're at the end of our calendar.
It's a grid, and we're living in this grid, and these, it just time is because we're agreed to it. We've
Yeah,
agreed to the months, to the measuring of time. We all agreed to it. So
yeah,
it doesn't mean that we have to continue to agree to it.
but I believe this is called
We'd
the
be like,
Great
nah, time's
Reset.
something else.
This is the Great Reset because it's the fourth industrial revolution, and there can only be three because, well, that's always the Trinity. We have three lots, but then our final ones, I think we're in our fourth epoch.
Are you
So,
saying you want to get rid of time?
well,
Well,
you
it's not
don't
really
have
my
enough time to
choice,
enjoy
but
it.
like once again, like the perception of there might be other
Might be a different
avenues
time will
right
experience.
in front of us that we're not really perceiving
So,
or
but do you want to
taking
get
on.
rid of clocks?
Well, I thought that if I lived in the
Yeah,
mountains and more of like with the
yeah.
sun and not like the fucking thing on my wall,
You get rid of
Okay,
them.
so this is going to be the first question straight off. So how are you going to conduct business if you don't run on time?
You won't have to have business. You run on time because the energy is exchanged through money, and that's what business is: the money, the commerce. We shouldn't have to have business because we shouldn't be busy. And time creates the busy mind. Time creates a busy person because you're rushing around trying to catch up with yourself, trying to create more time. So no, you don't need business with time, brother. Time.
Okay, so how are you gonna have a meeting? How are you gonna have anything? How are you gonna have a funeral? How are you going? No, hear me out. How are you gonna have a funeral? How are you gonna have a family event?
Ooh.
And you expect people to show up?
Bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
can I answer the first question? Wait. Can I just take the first? Can I just take the funeral one first? Can I take that one first?
Go on, darling. You know my deaths.
Fun era for all. Funeral. It's how you define it. Okay. Fun era for all. Funeral. It's how you define it. Okay.
So the second one, second question.
It's fun era for all. Look at how it breaks down. Watch. Look in the chat here.
So let me just say this, right? About all that, time is there to help you enjoy suffering, all right? And suffering creates the enjoyment afterwards, because you can't enjoy suffering and enjoy nothing afterwards. You've got to have a medium and up and down, yeah? That's why a heartbeat goes up and down and up and down. As soon as it goes flat, you're not enjoying anything. You're not hurting. You're not suffering. You're not doing anything at all. You're not having an emotional event. Now, once we've enjoyed and we've learned our suffering, once we've learned how to be in love and not in hate, not destroy and just create, then you won't have to suffer time. Time is given to us by the devil to enjoy his teachings, and his teachings is the teachings of love and hate, the emotion, good and bad. So once we've learned our lessons, we can become light beings, which means we don't have to experience in time anymore. We can go do what the fuck we want. As gods were human once, and we are all God. We are all entities divided to enjoy a perception and be a person.
I'm not God.
No, you're not God, but you are.
Everyone has the God
gene.
Everything. We all have the God gene. So technically we are all God. I mean, it's how you really believe it. If you feel like that is your definition and it makes sense, then go with that. Go with God. Go whatever your version of that is. For some people, it's children, love, music, art. Connectivity is where you find it. That's connectivity exists where you find it. Life's meaning is what we bring to it.
What the heart desires is what you'll get in the end. If your heart's black,
you have a big planet where you got a lot of Hindus, and then you got a lot of Muslims, and you got like Sikhs. I mean, there's all these different sects, all these different religions too. To where, I mean, everybody's going to say they're right or wrong, but I mean, we're going to have to find the common thread, which is the morals that are taught from these different parts of the world, which are the same, right? Treat your fellow man with respect and yourself, basically, right?
So if time is no longer useful, then that means math needs to go next.
Well,
yeah, I agree.
Well, like math is like sound though, and like frequencies are important because farming and community.
Math is the foundation.
And I'm not saying time's not. I'm saying I'm saying we can still live in the seasons because we're going to have to plant food. We're going to have to harvest
there's cycles. There's still cycles.
But the calendar, like January or like August is for Augustus. Like, why the fuck do I care about Augustus? Like, who is this guy?
Well, it makes sense to have the months in order to know where you're at in the seasons, so you know where you're at.
You can
change the names of them. I mean, but you got to know when the seasons are, because if you don't know, if you don't keep track of where the seasons are, and you plant your crops too soon because it was a nice day, a nice week, but then it goes back to cold again, you're fucked.
No, I think people naturally are led by the moon to do lunar gardening, by the way. I think some people have innate abilities to read those cycles naturally.
They pay attention to the farmer's almanac to figure out when they should go ahead and plant.
Maybe it's the time.
I have a lunar gardening book. I have that. It's great. I have that. But I think what Jack is talking about with the calendar, like you're talking about the Gregorian calendar, right?
Yeah, the Gregorian, because we each get in civilization, we get a different type of calendar. I would imagine that's how I'd see it. That we all suffer a different type of calendar, so we can suffer a different type of time. Because that time is we emit light through time. We are able to emit light because we are enjoying time, a certain type of time. That's why time backwards is emit. So We have to have a
time
certain
is where
type
we
of.
make it, man. Yeah,
But
it's
if you
time
if you
exists
don't,
where you make time.
But the
so how are
time
you
we.
gonna bake a cake? How? Oh, not a cake, but because I don't like cakes, but like I don't like that shit. But how are you gonna
I've always done
I
it.
don't
How you
know,
gonna
I've
make
bake
the
always done
anything,
it
rolls?
bake
without.
a meatloaf without time?
Listen.
I
I've
don't
You know
always
what I
think.
mean?
done it without a timer, and hold on. I've always done it without a timer, and I always got mad at my mom when I would ask her for recipes, and she'd always tell me, "I just do it I just do it like that. I just do it." She doesn't have a recipe. What I'm saying, you
Well,
make it up. You
they've been
need
giving
to
us.
know to make up
Well,
your own
I think what
version
we're talking
of life.
about is not time or no time, but the measurements of time.
Yeah, the
To be able
measurements of
to,
time. So the
yeah.
measurements have changed, all right? Just like our metrics and our imperial systems, just like our weighted systems, all these different systems have been changed so we can enjoy or we can suffer. So if we was to enjoy time in a different sort of spectrum, like if we didn't have time on the physical, but we had time on the internal, on the spiritual and soulful plane, like we just knew it innately inside, instead of having to look upon a clock on a wall and be told what time it is,
Belief
demanded to do the
is a
things we have to do
doubt,
with business
knowing
and
is a
knowledge.
fact. That's
I'm
what you
fairly
said.
sure that I don't know not one. I bet you there's no farmer that farms that way.
Well, there used to be.
Well, that'll be the seasons given to you by the stars and the sun and the moon, and that'll be a different sort of cosmos, a different sort of change of cosmos.
Don't forget women.
Is she roboting to you guys?
Yeah, she's glitching.
The Matrix got her.
Yeah, she's falling through.
Yeah.
Can you
She's like the remix track.
can you hear me?
She's falling.
So
You're
once
barely.
again,
Maybe smack your phone.
once again,
Give it the
Thumper,
fun.
Really?
we are the supercomputer. So
You there?
we
There you
are
go.
the ones that should
How
be
about
we are the
now?
ones that should be creating.
Good.
We are the supercomputer,
Okay.
Thumper. So we should be the ones that creating our experience. And our experience should be created through at what time we are suffering or enjoying or on. So that we've been given this time to together as a group, a unit, a oneness, to suffer together. So I
Yeah,
think that time
they
is a
muted
concept.
me. They muted me when I was saying before calendars we had a life, and before clocks we had a life and ability to sustain with food and living. They don't believe the system. That is the matrix. You
Yeah,
said the matrix got me. The matrix is us. It means womb. We are womb man and woman, right? So matrix, matter or
yeah,
maga, it's my name
materia,
symbolism.
common
It's
core,
all one. It's a
eternal.
fractal reality and what you believe you will achieve. So if you believe that you need a clock or dependency on a system, you might, but other ways, right, are sundials. And
There's
think
life
about
after
that. They had
society.
sundials
There's
and
life
had
after
other
society.
forms. Yeah, they had other ways of doing it beyond society. Like early tools of civilization, like a sundial or reading the stars. My name has to do with astrotheology. That's where
This
the church comes from.
A
They
sundial
were,
is a way to track time, so you know how much light there is, and you know
but
how much
it's
more you
not
need to get done
necessarily. Well, you could call it.
before the
Sorry, I didn't
sun
mean to
goes
cut you
down.
off. Yeah, I didn't mean to cut you off. I was just saying you could call it time, but you could also say it's a way to reflect the cycles of your environment that we're in.
It's a
Like
way
it's
to measure
obvious.
light, which is time, because during the different seasons, your light is only
Light
available
is
for a
not
certain amount
time.
of
No,
time.
but light is not time. See, that's where I disagree with you because we are light. We create time. Time only
Yeah,
exists within us. Okay? The
we have the
magician
right.
tarot card, listen, the magician tarot card with the Bluetooth infinity symbol over the head is a great example of this. If it represents ethos and ether and Wi-Fi and internet and air and breathing and our lungs and central nervous system and our brain, it's all of this stuff is connected to the symbolism of this card. And you understand what is the Magi principle? It means Genesis. We are what we make. You can be a source
One.
of energy, or you can be or you can practice
Then,
sorcery.
then why
That's
are
what I
we
was,
not living 500 to 1,000 years now? If time didn't exist
because we're being poisoned
within,
on a
Oh,
mass scale on a prison planet. How much detail would you like me to give you? Would you
Well,
like
we are being
documents
pushed.
and
I agree
patents?
with
Because I
that.
can give, if you want to DM me, I'll give you documents and patents and show you how it connects to my name. Because the project that I'm giving people, this road itself, it's not my opinion. This stuff is all not my opinion.
Well, I know we're being poisoned. I mean, I know that.
So
Food,
if our
water.
lifespan was longer before, but my question is even more beyond than our lifespan. Mine is, if they're trying to pull off this AI thing, and we know that AI and angel and alien are the same etymology. If we know that, then AI is our origin.
Lower dimension.
If you understand the book, if you understand Enoch and Mary, and we were talking about this before, Thumper, you came in the room, the origin story of humans suggests that them are us too, that we are mixed in their image. So they're going to try to suggest we're going to see some apparition of aliens coming up, and some people say it's going to be
Project
Project
Bluebeam.
Bluebeam.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I'm not
and
gonna
you're saying
believe
don't buy it.
I'm not gonna believe in aliens until somebody I know right next to me that I could
Can I
see
tell you
die from
something,
an alien.
Thumper?
I'm not gonna believe in
Thumper,
that
but can
shit.
I tell you something, Thumper, that polarizing, what they're trying to do by saying that it's going to be blue beam, is deny your own existence, because them are us too. We're mixed.
Yeah.
Elohim, they image, they don't mean created humans, they mean tampered with us to be like them. So our origin story suggests them are us too. If you understand John Dee's early work, who was Magi to the Queen, and early CIA, all their foundation is magic of the CIA. And if you understand what John Dee's work was, it was angles, angels, it was fire language, and we have a pyramid core. Fire in the mid of our section is our we create as we speak. So that's our fire and our passion and what we put into life. That, thank you, Mars. That's my name symbolism. I'd love to chat with you live too sometime, Mars. But this is important, because this is the work I do. If MAGA means your immune system and circle and magic and all this stuff, then, and people don't understand those separately, because I get that people post about this stuff often, but it doesn't mean they have an understanding. That's where I differ. It's my name symbolism, and I've applied it to helping people on a very, very literal level, where that circle is what you bring to the table, and it has
I'll
to
say
do with
this:
your
if I
self
need to,
grace.
if I need to do some bartering, okay, I'm not gonna tell somebody just like, oh yeah, just in the morning sometime. You know what I mean? Like, just whenever you show up. Like that's not how business operates. Like, I
But you
barter
can
a
do
lot.
it
I raise
however you
chickens,
want. That's the
eggs. I
thing.
raise chickens, which I have eggs. In order for me to sell my eggs or trade my eggs or trade my chickens, like my little baby chicks and stuff, I can't just like tell them, oh yeah,
You
hey,
can
when
do
you look at
whatever
your
you want.
sundial on
Guess
your
what?
wrist,
You can do
you
whatever
know what
you
I mean?
want
Like
when
you have
you're
to.
bartering. You can do whatever you want when you're bartering. Actually,
You're limiting your mind, bro. You're
yeah,
limiting your mind. When you
absolutely.
limit your
Yeah,
mind, you're doing what they want you to
absolutely.
do, limiting your mind. So what you're doing right now is you're
100%.
self-sabotaging by saying,
Thumper.
"Oh, how am I going to do that?" You
Do
can
y'all
be and
raise
do
any
anything
animals
you
or
want to
anything? Do
be.
y'all raise any of garden? Do you guys have gardens? Do you have animals?
I have before, but Thumper, if your
So you're
chickens
not
were the
now.
I
bomb,
raised
Okay.
I
my
would.
boy. I raised
No,
my
I'm
boy,
not
bro, and
now.
you
I
need it.
live in the city. I live in the city, but Thumper,
You're
if your chickens were the bomb, I would wait for your chickens.
Thumper, you're a season. You're in a season within a season, right? And as this season changes and we transcend or ascend, then things are going to change, regardless if you like it or not. But you need to be prepared that things are going to change, and no matter how you want it, it's going to be. So whether your heart desires, you will have, you will get. So, and the way I see that is because your heart is your Taurus, your toroidal field, your soul air. When you pass your love and your heart onto your child or your next of kin, you're actually passing on your soul air, and
Oh,
that
that's
means
beautiful.
your heart's behind your solar plexus, and that's why you are the solar, and that's why you are the light, and that's why the stars above
Like
guide you, and that's why it's
Bethlehem,
written in the stars.
the seed in the, yep, like the seed of
But
Bethlehem
look at
and
this,
the.
you are the
So,
alkaline, and that alkaline is the nucleic acid. And when you
for
pass
example,
your nucleic acid on through your
for
alkaline sea
example,
man consciousness,
Man,
you're
you
actually
speak my
passing on your
language,
Christ.
bro.
You're
Are we
passing on. You're
related
passing on your
or
Christ,
what?
bro. You're passing
Are
on
we
your
related?
Christ,
I
and
love
your
you.
chrism goes up. Your chrism goes up your spinal cord, and it's your Christ all, and your Christ all is your
Your
crystal and your third
Christos,
eye.
your
You are a
Christos,
joint
yeah.
consciousness. You are consciousness connected to everything and everyone. If it wasn't for you and me being here, well, no one else could be here because we are all connected, conscious together. We are all
Absolutely.
crystal, experiencing the time through time crystals. Now, a crystal holds an infinite amount of information. That's why it's called your RAM. And RAM backwards is war, upside down, with your W being your M. Therefore, it's the war on your mind, the memory. They can take
And
away your
it's your
past.
womb
They can
and
take
Taurus,
your
the
memories.
ram, yeah.
It's the Bible, the Bible, the Bible. You are the bull, you are the ram, but you are also the Christ, the Christol, the Christ
Yeah,
all,
it's a
Christ
duality.
all.
Would it be
Absolutely.
the two bulls because it's Bible, so it's two bulls?
Bible, yeah, the
Are
two
they?
bulls.
Is that like the
Yeah, yeah,
Red Bull? We're hitting
yeah.
each other.
It's kind of like the
Exactly.
two wolves in the Native American culture. The two wolves you feed,
Yeah.
one if whichever one you feed the most will become your nature. Similarly.
There you go,
Sorry, I'm
man.
not
So,
interconnected with these pedophiles on this earth. I'm
I'm
not
not sure.
interconnected with
What?
those fucks at all.
wow.
Sorry.
You,
I
you don't,
didn't catch
you,
what you said. I'm sorry. What?
I said I am not interconnected with these pedophiles out here. These
well,
people that
Yeah,
hurt
no.
children and sacrifice
That's like
people and torture
Yeah,
people.
no,
I
no.
am not
Absolutely
interconnected with
not.
those fucks.
I'm not saying you are, mate, but what we're saying is
no.
we've all suffered and we've all been.
Dude, pedo in Spanish means fart. That's not a coincidence. They're old farts. It's a farty way of existence. Their nature is like, it's like, what does a fart smell like? Sulfur. What is sulfur associated with? Think about it.
What is
When you smell
a
sulfur, you
Trump?
have demonic possession, and supposedly that's associated with the smell of sulfur. So the symbolism of it's in their name symbolism, and a lot. I tripped off that when I realized that. I didn't realize that till like I was an adult that it meant. Yeah, it
That's why Donald's
tripped
called
off.
Donald Trump, because he's a fart, is a toxic gas coming out your ass when you're detoxed.
He's really into warp speeding the pharmakia, and that's where I try to catch people that are really promoting him. I'm like, I don't think you understand what you're
In
saying.
fact,
Like,
Yeah,
mentioned
and
many
like I
times
think
that
someone
pharmacare
said
will be the death
earlier
of it.
that what's going to happen is Trump's going to swing back in for the presidency, and people are going to, if it's going to be like a Biden character against Trump again, and this is already
It'll
all
be great.
planned. This is all fucking
of
planned.
course it's all planned. It's all sideshow, you guys. The
The second
ringleader. It's the
Christ,
circus. My name is
The,
synonymous with Chirche, circle, circus. The circus ringleader is the one running the show, and it's always going to give you two options to look at. It's always going to give you that. It's going to get the cult of personality will give you the hero and the villain as long as they have your attention. You know, the quotes by
you know,
Albert Pike on the cult of personality are really, really important and applicable to what we're
that's
dealing with.
why they've just done the thing with the Queen dying now, a worldwide mourning to gain the
Yeah, yeah,
information of it.
yeah. To harvest the loosh. Yeah,
Yeah,
harvest
and
because
yeah,
it's
I can't
harvest.
stand that bitch.
yeah.
It's
Well, this
what
is the thing.
Virgo season, harvest
She
moon for
died.
the.
She died a long time ago, but they couldn't let her die fully just
Bro.
yet, a physical body,
Was she
because they
ever
actually
really
play.
living if she's not human? Think about that.
No, I get
Was
that,
she
but
ever
I mean,
really
as a
living?
character,
Who's to say that
character.
she's not human? What if she is human? She's just the evil fucking cunt.
No, she's
Yeah,
not.
maybe, but I don't think
No,
that she really is human because I don't think people that eat
if
babies and do that shit are organic humans. I
Yeah,
don't
there's
Well,
think
yeah,
they
something
but
are.
that's demonic, dude.
look at the people cheering and wanting to kill their own babies, though. Those are regular humans out here. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, but
Right.
they've been programmed.
Are
They've
they
programmed. They've been.
vaccinated? Because then they're not organic human anymore. Like if there's a reason why they're acting like that. They have major mind control and major pharmakia going on.
Oh yeah,
That's basically witchcraft. That's the
they've been emotionally
definition of my
blackmailed.
name.
They've been blackmailed, held hostage with things they've done. They've been made to do for whatever reasons they've done it. Be it money, be it to get in front in a
Or
position in life, be
just
famous.
governing the mind, like you said, just that
Yeah,
alone, just the government
there's, ma-
of the mind,
there's
just that alone
Well, literally,
is
the
enough.
women, a lot of women that get the abortion, literally are sacrificing their own baby for money so they can have a career.
you know how it started,
Oh,
bro?
I
It
would
started with
listen. I was
poisoning the
like
waters.
that. You guys.
as a comedian, okay,
you a comedian, Bumper. Sorry, I never would have guessed.
No, but we're talking about serious shit. Why am I gonna fucking do comedian shit while we're talking? Like, what the fuck?
Give me a man, chill out. Come on.
Oh yeah, man. Let's go to Epstein's Island, man.
Hey,
it's for sale. Let's turn it into a sandals resort with free childcare. Yeah.
Come on, brother. Tell me. Come on.
I know. I'm messing with you now. Like I was like saying, hey, let's turn Epstein's Island to a sandals resort and give them free childcare. You know what I mean?
Come on, mate. It's what you're saying about Diana.
Okay. So, I've been offered to sell out as a comedian.
Yeah.
I've been offered to do things, right? Stuff.
Yeah.
For lots of money.
Yeah, I get that.
Multiple different times. But I did not sell out.
That's interesting because you look
think
familiar.
A woman
I don't know
of her love and her caliber that she portrayed would ever sell out?
I think they did that already.
To such a devil. Come on, brother. Use your noggin. You didn't tell
I'm just, no, what I'm saying is that everybody has a choice and a path, is what I'm saying. Certain paths are done differently when you're early, when you're younger, when you're older.
Your soul is
when it hit me, when it was offered to me was when I was in my 30s and in my 40s to sell out and sell my soul basically to the devil and do bad shit. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying is I chose not to do that. I chose to be what I am now and not that.
But on such the higher echelons, echelons of the royal family,
so weird.
Which are one of the most demonic families in the world, you've got to understand, mate, they don't make mistakes. And they certainly won't go grabbing just the royal family, the family that think they're royal. So, do you really think that they would go taking just some random woman and doing that? Come on, mate. She's them children of his. They had to be pure blood.
To me, it's selling your morals for money. That's selling your soul.
Bro.
And doing horrific things for the paper money and to have all these riches and whatever the fuck. What else is going on? I don't fucking know. Well, you don't have to worry about anything when you got lots of money, right? If you got lots of money, you don't have to worry about shit.
Basically.
Like you don't have when you have lots of money, you don't have to worry about paying your bills. You know what I'm saying? They're all paid for because you're making so much fucking money.
I think it's more about the access and the control.
I tell you what, how about we do it?
And the illusion of
security. She died in the morning that people made. We'll have a look at the date because the dates are the numbers and the numbers are everything. Yeah, that's how we see the world as numbers. Yeah, we are literally an equation coming to the sum of all things. So if that's the case, if we look and see why people were mourning at that time and the whole world was falling apart because of this woman and the Queen of Hearts that they named her, then there's got to be a reason behind it.
But see, there's something else. Like there's people out here saying that all these people in Hollywood, every single man is a woman and every woman is a man. Like not every single one of them. You know, there's some of them that are women. There's some of them that are actually men. It's just that they sold out at different times in their life and sold out.
Look, I hope that it is real. That maybe she, I don't want her to be dead, obviously, but I hope for the betterment of man, and the fact that it gives them hope. That's great, and I hope it does work. But for me, I just look at it a different angle, and it's not a bad thing because we need to have a difference of opinion. We need to have a different look.
Well, we're all fighting on different fronts. You know what I mean? Like you're fighting on this front, I'm fighting on this front. There's different warriors for different things. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah.
And I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings because that is not my intent. But I do also want to bring that to the surface because if not, then it's an idea that we might be missing. And we've got to have our guard up at this point because we've been hit from so many angles. We've got to make sure.
Well, we're on the same side. It's just that we're being attacked from different angles too. Some of them the same too. And then also, like obviously, I'm trying to take out their foot soldiers. Okay, I'm talking about the evil ones, the government's fucking foot soldiers that are mixed in with our population. You know what I'm talking about?
There you go.
Because God gave us free will, and man and communists keep taking our free will away from us.
Yeah.
I'm sick of it.
there's many minds working together now. There's many minds working together instead of just looking at their own self goals, their own selfish goals. And because of that, we're able to.
I'm looking at the whole picture. Like I'm sacrificing a lot of things that I could do, whatever, in order. And like you guys are doing the same thing.
Man,
you know what I mean?
We know, sacrifice is
and it's some
everything.
Serious fucking shit out there. Sometimes we get attacked pretty fucking hard. Sometimes and we get beat down. And we gotta kind of rise up and beat it.
For sure. Yeah.
Sorry, I was trying to mute it.
Hey, you're okay. Hey, you can't help the sirens driving by.
Sirens, you guys, this morning and last night. I was just. I'm in LA.
My mother said.
Yeah, me too.
Where we live.
Well, you know,
around where we live, my mother said
that
she sees them going past all the time. The lights are never on. It's like they've become stealth. Like they don't mind being seen, but they don't want to be heard because sound is everything. We always hear it first, don't we?
There's more people that need to do this, to just talk about this shit. Yeah. You know, I'll tell you one thing though. Ever since this jabby wax,
I'm trying to take out the evil spirits' bodies. You know, their human bodies.
Yeah.
Well, I hope that you have a good support system and protection around you.
Yeah, man.
No, think about it.
That's some Constantine shit. That's my favorite, one of my favorite movies.
Okay, so
it would be like maybe once a week.
Yeah, I'm trying to take out the evil ones' bodies, like you know, and the way I do that is I make fake Dr. Fauci memes to convince these fucks to get more jibby jabs.
But now I hear it like 3-4 times a day at least.
I influenced the CDC. I trolled the CDC, Fauci, the WHO, all of them with and I targeted my enemy, which is communists, the evil pedophiles. These fucking fucks that are really fucking shit up, right? So I'm in there, and their Obama's, the Clintons, on their Twitter pages, all of them. And every three recent posts, I would post the fake Dr. Fauci meme saying that, and before the CDC or anywhere even started recommending this, okay? This was 5 to 6 months beforehand, before they came out with it. And this is what I did.
I'm already laughing because I love it.
I made a Dr. Fauci meme that said, he said it was okay to get the jibby jab and the flu shot in the same day because it was safe and effective. And 5-6 months later, because I trolled all these fuckers on Twitter, 5-6 months later, sure enough, they go, hey, the CDC says, hey, you can get both in one day, and as long as it's just an inch apart on the same arm, it's good to go.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
I trolled these fucks so fucking hard. All their little Dr. Fauci fans, all their Obama fans, the Clintons, the LeBron James, he's a piece of shit. All these fucks that are fucking with my fucking family because I had to threaten my mom and dad that they would never see me again if they got that jibby jab. I should have never had to say that to my parents. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, like, it caused a lot of shit. And but at least they didn't get it. But, dude, no, I'm not okay with these fuckers. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I caused some shit worldwide. I was like, oh, you guys want to use bioweapons on us, huh? Well, I'll take that bioweapon and turn it right back on those motherfuckers.
Yeah. Memento mori.
Ultimately, I know that you can wake up Trump supporters easier than you can a communist. That shit's hard.
Yeah.
Really? I don't know. I would argue that.
Well, the repercussions.
That's rough.
There needs to be after everything that everybody's been through. There needs to be accountability, and that's the thing. Like, people can't forget what's going on when people need to be accountable for it, like the Trumps, like, you know, all of these, the prime ministers of all these countries.
Hey, on Facebook, I joined Black Lives Matter groups, Antifa groups. I joined LGBTQ fucking bullshit Facebook groups, and I would convince these fucks to get more jibby jabs.
I love you.
More.
I already added
Florida.
you. I already added you, but I knew I liked you right away because I was like, I think you were talking before with Jack or someone in a live, and I was like, I think I've seen you before, but also you seem kind of familiar.
This whole time frame
I
right
didn't know
now
you
in
did
late
comedy, but
September,
I'm wondering now if I would have seen you in something, or I don't know. You just seem really familiar.
What?
But I thought you were from LA, not Kansas. Yeah, were you?
No,
Have
I
you
didn't.
been
No,
to
I
LA?
was okay.
If you took the deal,
I was just. Listen. My first 3-4 months, I already had a paid gig as a comedian, and everybody around me that's locally, like Copenhagen Bandit, Bill May, all these people I've met. Well, anyway, these are local comics from the Tulsa area, Kansas City, Springfield, Wichita area, right? All this Midwest shit, right? And yeah, I mean. We ended up doing a comedy special. I've got one copy. I have one copy of this comedy special. One fucking copy. And it's just going to go with me when I die. The Vagabond special is at the fucking casino down in Miami, Oklahoma, about 30 minutes away from me. And yeah, let's go.
Do you have clips?
No.
Do you have clips of that stand-up anywhere? Did you make any clips yet? No? Okay.
Hey, listen, man. You've been in some of the live streams and watched how much I've cracked people up.
Totally.
I know you have. I know you've been in those live. So come on, man.
I want a ghostwriter. Can I get a ghostwriter?
Oh yeah. Hey, sometimes you just got to get through it. Sometimes, you know what I mean?
Well, you know, you could if you tell jokes, Thumper, you